Namaste, Jai Bharat. In coming days, I think people shall work hard to learn management from my Prime Minister. What all things he had done in crisis had always been unexpected. He just takes the opposite direction and goes to success. No one else has told. No one else must have thought. If you look at many instances with him, whenever there's something that comes to him, he does the unthinkable and comes out from this with much unexpected success. Now look at the way the America was trying to put tariff on Bharat. We did not react. We did not speak anything loud. No point in talking loud. Of course, most Indians, the Hindus, have this character. Not simply talking, but just do it. Mukam karoti vachalam. That situation is there. And karma, swadharma, we perform, we go on doing that. So these things are going on. The US has put tariff on us and we did not react. We did not go for counter tariffs as China did. No harm. We played on through unexpected ways where we are comfortable, in the sense that even if the tariff gets imposed, we can survive without much loss. Perhaps the kind of loss they will suffer shall be much more than what we are going to suffer. Perhaps that kind of strategy has been devised. So there should be a new direction of thoughts in the modern world management. But that's nothing new to Bharat. There is something called as Chanakya Niti. We have our ancestors who had shown us the path, and those who learned from our ancestors hardly fail. And my Prime Minister is one such person who knows his ancestors, our ancestors, and who knows how to implement the very wisdom of our ancestors, which we get in abundance. So the BRICS is one such station in the space that the US is scared of. They do not know which direction BRICS moves, and they make a lot of anticipations. These people are synthetic experts. I call them as synthetic experts because they go with blueprints in their minds. When I was doing PhD, the synopsis that was made way long back, 50 years before, the synopsis was getting ready. Then one thing, after reading it, my professor asked me, "Hey, put this word also. There is no ultimate blueprint for research." That word, that there is no ultimate blueprint for research, had been very instructive in my life. Similarly, there is no ultimate blueprint of strategies. The strategies gets evolved by the ingenuity of the person concerned, or the people concerned, or the team concerned. So how Bharat would react, let no one in the world anticipate, because they got the blueprints. Like the chessboard moment, do this will happen, that will happen, right? But in case of the people who do not go with blueprints, such things don't exist. You do not know what's going to happen. You do not know how Bharat would react. Yes, you do not know how Bharat would react. The anticipation actually disappoints the one who anticipates things. So this is the case. So this BRICS, they think they'll go with the blueprints of strategies, and the blueprints, that's all set up. That is synthetic mind, not analytic mind. Analytic mind is continuously innovative, goes into unknown directions to perform things. Synthetic mind only puts 2 + 2 = 4. But it doesn't make 3 plus 1 4. Where you need analytic mind. So these people mostly, the Europeans especially, they work with synthetic minds, hardly analytic minds. That kind of capacity you look at Bharat, we find in plenty. So they expect that the one is doing this, but we don't go by their expectations. So that's what I said. There is a blueprint that this, if you do this, this will happen. No, that kind of, we don't use that kind of mind, because the very capable people from Bharat, they are analytic minds and not synthetic minds. You make this distinction, many things will become clear to you. Many things, not only in the office, but in the society or in your dealing with others. There's a difference between an analytic mind and synthetic mind. Synthetic mind, anyone can operate like a most sophisticated aircraft, new generation, stealth, 5th, 6th, 7th, whatever it is. That's all synthesized and kept, you just operate. But where you need innovation, it fails. So the BRICS is a cooperation of few countries, and the BRICS can think of doing the unthinkable. It's not difficult for BRICS to engage in trade without using dollar. It's not difficult. They don't have to even bring out a currency. They can go for the UPI model in Bharat. In Bharat, you see, people know it already, that nowadays no one carries purse. Nowadays no one carries purse and pays in cash. If you try to pay someone in cash, that man gets into confusion. We have searched for change. Nowadays there's no problem with change. There's no problem of carrying money. Everything is through our interface. Everything is through some method of payment. Mostly it is QR code. QR code scanning and paying, or transferring it into your telephone number, which is already linked to bank accounts. So you can transfer to your mobile numbers. This had been going on. 10 rupees, somebody buys a toffee and pays it. This has become so common that if you try to pay in cash, then of course you're doing something uncommon. That's the situation in Bharat. If you can do this to this extent, with such success, you think we can trade in our own money? Possible. That's what I'm thinking. You can trade in our own money. So Bharat's rupiah, some other country rupiah, so some other nation, for example, Russia, rubles. So suppose somebody is selling something in Moscow. Say is a piece of cloth, 10 rubles. Then you scan. Your mobile you do a QR scan, and since yours is already in rupees, when you scan it, how much rupee you must pay against the price of the particular piece of cloth is 10 rubles. How much you should pay that day, at that time, for that in rupees should come written in our QR. So you pay it, and it automatically gets converted into ruble and payment is done. This is not difficult for Bharat, because we have done all those things. It's going on. So if one goes to that, all the BRICS countries need not to have a common currency. That's my point. Need not to have a common currency. It's better if they have a common currency to compete with the dollar. Even that is not necessary. At least among BRICS countries, we can do this QR code business. Someone pays in rupees and the other person gets in yuan or some other currency. So that can easily be done by Bharat. It's not a great thing. But then if they have a BRICS currency, that will go as a substitution possibly to dollar. That's what the US is afraid of, because whenever they had crisis within, they tried for tariff to others. And because the dollar was internationally, everyone was trading in it, that kept them alive, that made them rich. So these things used to go on. But this world order must change. Someone should build the cat. The world order should change. Not that people don't we don't like him. See, our basic nature is to like everyone, not to dislike anyone. It's not because of that, but then self-respect should not be disturbed. That's where the difference comes. Self-respecting nations, self-respecting people should not be insulted or abused just because they are self-respecting. Well, if someone doesn't know how to self-respect, someone doesn't know how to respect himself, and he goes on begging for survival, for example, Pakistan, that's a different case. But there are, like the African nations, they're very self-respecting people, very proud people. The blacks are very proud people. We are also quasi-black. So they are very self-respecting. If you can't respect the self-respect of a nation, at what point, what kind of human existence we have? And stop talking about humanism. Stop talking about all isms. That doesn't make any sense if you don't respect a person who is self-respecting. Or if you don't respect a society, that is self-respecting. How do you justify yourselves as human being? Now you make differences between multiple human beings on the basis of color, looks, or something like that. On the basis of quality, if you differentiate human beings as it was done in the Vedic society, then that is scientific. Given this quality, you are this, not anything else. The individual qualities of man deserves respect. No, such qualities deserves respect, not looks, not talks, not the kind of appearances that you want, like movie stars putting a lot of makeup. Then you go and watch a movie. Don't listen to many other things. Go to a film hall, see the movie in the big screen. But when you want to know something, when you want to stimulate your mind, you have to forgo all those things and listen to what is being said. That's where one becomes civilized. That's where one becomes human. Otherwise, in spite of all the claims and talks, people have not evolved into being of human. Not yet evolved, still primitive. They're primitive because of many primitivities. They're primitive because their minds are not gone up. They go by looks. They go by appeasing. All those stories. Okay, the new thing is such a, I hope Bharat will take lead to all the kind of things. And rightly, Bharat deserves to take the lead because traditionally, historically, this nation is Vishwaguru. It's not simply that Bharat is called Vishwaguru, literally Vishwaguru, because over 7 lakhs universities we had in those days, and people from all over the world who was looking for knowledge, not looking for film screenshots. Those who searching for knowledge used to come to Bharat and go back. There are people who would like to make cricket fans, societies, film stars, etc. Like Pakistan still says that they will fight Pakistan, they will fight Bharat to take our films heroines. They are grown up only to that extent, don't develop up to that extent only. The minds are still very primitive, still worried about horse, not being able to transcend the primitivities. So we shall meet again with some other thought. Namaste, Jai Bharat, Jai Sri Ram.